Okay, so this video is gonna be probably be long, but I just wanna can explain this build because there's a guy in the forums who told me um, that this is not going to work and he's 100% sure. I don't know how he's 100% sure, but he say it's not going to work because the VVT sensors. So unfortunately, I can't really show you right now because I got everything. I mean, I got the audio assembled, and so I don't want to take it apart. But since I got another LSJ block and LNF block, I'm gonna show you that it is possibly that it's going to work. I'm 70% sure that it's going to work, and I'm just gonna show you. Here, let me move those blocks to over here, and I'll be back. Okay, so the difference in between a LSJ block and an LNF block. Ah, shit, I'm sorry for my breathing. It's too fucking cold right now. Okay, so this little circles or whatever, that's where the VVT sensors oil passage sit on. So if I grab my LNF head gasket, which is this one, the old one, that's how it sits. So which means that the oil that is getting from here is flowing up for some reason. I don't know what. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that this gasket is blocking off the 2 holes that are in the head. And I'm going to post a picture right after this. Okay, so the head, it's the holes on the head for the PCB, I mean for the VVT sensors, they sit on here and they make the oil flow up. And then if it goes, I think it goes through the timing side of the head, like on here, but inside of the head there is a hole, like a little square, and the oil drops down to the oil pan or to the timing chain side or whatever, and then it goes down. It goes to whatever it goes to. So I'll post a picture later of what I'm talking about. So LSJ block doesn't have that, and this is a LSJ block, so I ended up using a LNF head gasket so I can still block the VVT holes. So this is what I think. Let me turn it around. So okay, these are the oil passage on here, like that. I think it goes from here too. I don't know. People say that that's where the oil goes from the block to the head. So, and yeah, anyways, the thing is, they are the same in a LSA block. Now this look different because it doesn't have the lower deck. It's sitting over there. But it is the same. See over here, it goes up on here. That's our oil patch, which means it's the same in a LSJ. It is exactly the same. Now I'm just missing, in this block, I'm missing this nipple on here. But my older LSJ block had it, so it's no big deal. This one was my old one. But yeah, they are exactly the same. So I don't know how he can say that this is not going to work for sure. Now, another difference for this setup that I had to do, I ended up using in my build the LSJ oil cooler. The reason why is because my LNF cooler will mount in the LSJ block. This is the LNF and that's our LSJ. So that won't fit on the block because it will melt. It's like the bolt, it's a quarter of an inch off of the hole for the bolt. So here, that's how it look like in a LNF block. See, it's kind of, this thread on here, this hole is facing kind of that way. This one is facing kind of that way, this hole. So that's why it doesn't fit, but everything else is the same. Everything is the same, even this hole on here. This is a LSG lower deck, and this is a LNF lower deck, and it has that hole. That's for oil too, so that's for lubrication. So they are 100%, I mean 70% sure that they are the same block. That's the only part that it changed. Everything else is the same. So that's why I'm 70% sure about that this is going to work, because the fucking VVT sensor, that's it. everything votes to where it goes through in so everything from the LNF vote in OSJ easily except the oil cooler. So yeah. What else? What else? So yeah, what I ended up using on my build. So I ended up using this is LNF. So this is HHRSS, and the HHRSS they come with the LNF engine from a Kobo SS. They are the same thing, same engines. So unfortunately, my LNF block, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because the block is porous or something. I don't know. I ended up mixing oil and coolant, and I replaced my head gasket, and it's still the same. I checked the head, and it was fine. So I ended up doing this LSJ or Frankenstein build because so I can help some people that are in the same situation than me. So since I was I had on my head, I had a stuck this build. I was like, fuck, I want to do it. I want to see it from my eyes. There's no many people who has done this, and the people who have done it, I don't know if they are in the forums or what. I'm in many forums on Kobo SS, HHRSS community, a lot of them, and I never seen a build like this. Not sure if it's going to work. Either way, I'm doing a Gen 3 block. Basically, it's a racing block because I'm doing everything like pistons and shit from CCP. So, it's gonna be basically a racing block, but except I gotta install everything else. A racing block comes already assembled. But anyway, that's not the point. So, I'm back to where I was. So I ended up using my LSJ block with LNF internals. And I had to use my LNF lower deck because the return line, if you use our LSJ lower deck, you're gonna have to end up doing a fitting on your oil pan, and I didn't really want to do it because I'm trying to do this build as cheap as I can to see if it works. So I ended up using my LNF lower deck, my LNF oil pan, because I didn't have an LSJ oil pan. I sold it. I ended up using my LNF thermostat housing because obviously my turbo needs coolant, so I need to use. And then I ended up using my oil cooler from my LSJ because that's the one that votes in the LSJ block. So everything else is LNF, intake manifold, AC compressor, the starter, shit, what is that called? Holy fuck, I forgot. Anyway, this thing, I forgot. My English is not perfect, so I ended up, like I say, using LNF internal, so this is a damper from LNF. I just want to explain this before I drop the engine to the car. I'll be dropping it on next weekend because I gotta wait for my flywheel. But yeah, I'm gonna call this video probably LNF block and an OJ block compare or difference between, or I don't know. Probably difference between from an OSJ to a LNF block. But yeah, everything is the same. Except those things that I mentioned. So, if this works, you won't have a lot of benefits from it. Because, I don't know. It's kind of a waste of time, but it's not when you got the block already. So, let's say that you are in the same situation than me. Let's say that your LNF block got fucked up. Right? Or you want to get rid of the block because it's weak and you want to be a little bit more safe or stronger, whatever you want to call it. And there's two options from CCP, the Gen 2 block or the Gen 3 block, which is LDK. So let's say you got a friend who is selling a cheap ass LSJ block and you want to get rid of your block, then you fucking swap it. This is just to help the guys who wants to do this swap because they want to get rid of the block and it's cheaper. It's even cheaper. So, yeah. I'm doing the Gen 3 block. Not yet, but for the next year, I'll be doing it. I still gotta get done with this experiment. So if it does work, I'm still gonna take off let's run it for like 3 months. The whole engine if it works. I'm gonna be running it for like 3 to 4 months and see what happens. It's gonna get tuned and everything. So I'm if it starts up and it runs as how it is right now, I'm gonna tune it. And then I'm gonna take it down. And then I'm gonna do LSG internals or LSJ internals. Sorry, I'm gonna do LSJ internals into the LSJ block with everything else LNF. And the reason why is because I believe LSJ internals are stronger than LNF. Not sure, not 100%, but that's what I have heard. And it would be cool doing a LSJ block with all internals in an LNF car. So, yeah. So anyways, here is the video of my build. This is all I did. So, oh, another thing is, I don't know why, but my transmission is a okay, I don't know why, but my transmission is a LSD, but it doesn't say LSD. I don't know why, but it is. It is a LSD transmission. It's a 4.05, and this one is from my Kobo SS LSG Turbo. This is a 4.05 as well, but this one is not LSD. So I don't know what happened in here. I don't know if that transmission comes in the HHR SS. I did some research and it looks like it comes from it. It comes with the car. So I don't know. So if you know something about it, please comment below and let me know what you know about this. So it is one more time. LSD transmission, but it doesn't say it's a LSD, but it is. So yeah. So I see you guys on the next video, and I hope this works. So see you guys later.